This guy. Are you Roshan in disguise? Are you? Who are you? Do you want to tell them who you are? Very shy boy here. It is the opening day of the cricket season. The opening match of the cricket season. My son shall play under 13s today. Oh my goodness, you don't understand how much I love it. I don't know, maybe you do, but I love it so much when he has a match. And today is the opening match of the season. I cannot wait. I hope he does amazing. Of course I hope he does amazing. Of course I will be disappointed if he doesn't do amazing. Is that me putting pressure on him? I don't think so. I mean, like, what is his lecture about parenting all the time? Don't put pressure on your kids. This, that. Don't pressurize kids. You'll scar kids. Don't pressure kids. Don't push kids. Don't pressure kids. I don't push this guy. I don't pressurize this guy. But how can I not be a fan just because he's not Mo Salah, okay? And stuff means there's no burden on him. Of course, I don't think there's a burden on him. I don't know why people interpret things in that way. I'm such a massive fan of my son, like gigantic. Oh my God, bigger than anything. I don't even care if Liverpool were playing Real Madrid in the Champions League final, which they've done so many times, goodness me, right? When Rian plays a cricket match, okay, just a regular match, it could be a dead rubber. Do you know what a dead rubber is? Goodness me, I am more excited, more happy than, Liverpool playing in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. Sorry? What did you say? No, you said something. You sure? So today is the first match of this season, and I cannot wait. And I just, you can see it in me. I'm so happy, and I hope he crushes it. Of course, I hope he crushes it. I'm going to be so honest. I couldn't care less, and I never have cared less if his team win or lose. And let's just pause there. I care the most about him performing. All right? Did you say something? You sure? Sure you didn't say anything? I can't. I want him to put up numbers. I want him to score runs. I want him to take wickets. It's all about him when it comes to me. Of course, then the team. I'll be so honest. I couldn't care less about the team. But of course, I want him to win the matches, and I want him to win trophies. So if he's in a semi-final, which he's been in before and lost, I'm gutted for him. Not for the team. I couldn't care less because I want him to go on to a final. Of course, he's in a final. I want him to win. I want the team to win because I want the trophy. Now, if we are in a semi-final, if we're in a final, and Rian plays like garbage, okay, but the team go on to win, I'm happy. But of course, if we are in a semi-final or a final, and Rian plays like garbage, then I'm cheering on the team because I want the trophy, the medal for Rian. All I care about is this boy. Oh my goodness. And he makes me so happy. And we are somewhat twinning again today. Thank you so much to Cliff Akins, my client, Clifford Akins in the United States. He's on the East Coast of the United States and he has such a thick accent. I'm like, wow, I love it. I don't know why Bostonians and New Yorkers and Rhode Islanders and, like to, people from New England like to hide their accent or tone it down. I love it, and whenever I meet Americans from that part of the world, I say, bring it on thick. I get like, when I hear someone from Boston or New England, I'm like, okay, can you do the whole Matt Damon, Ben Affleck accent for me? You say something? You sure you didn't say anything? So thank you, Cliff, for these NYPD t-shirts. And believe me, I'm a big fan of the cops, the police, everywhere. I think the police get a hard rap. I cannot understand why. Even though our saying here in Hong Kong is not to protect and to serve. I genuinely believe police everywhere protect and serve. And I've been lucky enough over the course of my years here in Hong Kong to have limited dealings, conversations with the police. And I know definitely the police in Hong Kong protect and serve. So I'm going to be so corny and so cheesy and give a huge shout out to police everywhere. And I've told Rian for years, I said, Rian, please join the cops, join the police. Haven't I said this to you? And obviously he doesn't want to join the police. But I think it would be amazing if he joined the police straight out of high school for a couple of years and then he could go on to college and so forth, or maybe go to college first and then join the police. But that's so far away because he's only 12. So I'm just going to enjoy him and the cricket. Whilst I'm giving shout outs, Rian, I want you to step aside now. I want to shout out Private Selection in Dallas, Texas, for hooking me up with these amazing jeans. And whilst I'm giving shout outs, I want to shout out my own merch brand. I hope all of you out there will buy my underwear, which has plenty of consent. And a pack of two costs just $13 US. And yes, do I love having my own underwear? I absolutely love having my own underwear line. I absolutely love it. I feel like Mark Wahlberg. Okay, whilst I have you, like and share the live. Rian, do you want to go up? Or do you want to stay? God bless you, son. Help me to like and share the live. Help me to bring more people to the table. And we are going to call a client in the United States. You guys can come around, please. Take that. My dear friend.
Hey, sir. How are you?
I am okay. Since you asked,
I'm worried you're not better than okay.
Okay, so since you asked, right, as we discussed, as I've said many a time, to those who I'm willing to actually converse with and open up to, is like, you know, there's such a barrel of problems in life every single day, you know what I mean? From the minute and modern day to the massive. But nobody will know my pain because what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in that sort of therapy and stuff. And, you know, I don't think there's any harm in internalizing stuff. All right. As long as you're strong enough to deal with it yourself. And, you know, I can bitch in my own home or in my office. I don't need to bitch to my friends and my clients. Yeah. That's what my family is there for. You know what I mean? To lean on. That's what my staff are there for. You know, I bitch to them and stuff. But no, I mean, things are good. I just, you know, it's, I could always, everybody always told me that, bro, you enjoy the grind, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, once my eyes wake up, I'm like, dude, I just got to grind. You know what I mean? So, like, I think I went to bed at like 10 p.m. yesterday. Okay. I think that's a record earliest I've ever fallen asleep.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That's just because I woke up at like 2:50 the day before, literally. Okay. So on Saturday morning, it's my Sunday. I woke up at 2:50, and I worked for 5 hours and 1 minute straight till 7:51 till Rian woke up. It was Saturday morning. So then I played FIFA with him when he woke up, and then I went to work.
Yeah.
And so I think I slept at like 9-10 yesterday, and I woke up at 3, and then I was like, let's start. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know if you watched my monologue from yesterday, right? I never pre-planned anything or write anything down. And I just said that if you want to be somebody, right? You know what I mean? I want to be somebody, right? You just got to keep working hard. And I think when you were in Hong Kong, I told you that Roger Federer, I don't know if he recycled it from someone, but one of the things that stood out to me about it a decade and a half ago, that Federer said that it's, you know, it's so hard to get to number one, right? And you've got everybody trying to get to number one, and then you get there, right, and you're all alone, and it's even harder to stay there because you've got everybody trying to get to number one.
I was thinking about this today. It's easier to scale the mountain than it is to stay on the mountain because so many people want to knock you off.
Yeah,
it's just so hard. The stress is exponential. I understand.
Yeah. So I'm not even going to even make a claim that I'm number one, right? I'm just going to claim that, you know, like wherever I am in life, it's not a claim. I mean, I'm going to state that wherever I am in life, I just need to keep striving and stuff. And it's you know, I don't know if it's for me, bro. And, you know, we talked about whether you wanted kids or what and stuff, right? But, you know, when you get to my position, it's just all about my kids and stuff. Like, I need to give them a package so big. I need to give them a package so big because you can't depend on anything. And, like, I don't think they're idiots. Far from it, right? But I got to assume, you know, if they're idiots, then they need a package so big to basically be, you know, that package has to look after them after I'm gone, right? Or even if I'm around, I can't keep grinding. It's impossible for me to keep grinding the way I'm grinding, right? Something will go. Either I will break, okay, or I will say enough is enough. Because, you know, the hours I work, they're inhumane, right? But then...
It's too much.
Yeah, it's just too much. But then again, I'm not the only one on the planet, right? And is it a complaint? Yes. But then if you desire stuff in life, right, then you've just got to keep going for it and stuff. And that's basically it. And you don't necessarily, I don't really believe that, I don't think I've ever had a goal in my life or a journey. I can't think to myself at any point in my life where I had a specific goal, okay? Whether it was trying to get to college and stuff, I sort of just got in, and, whether, I want to win a tennis tournament, whether I, ended up fourth, third, second, first, or fourth, third, second, or even one, right? My goal was just to stay in the game, bro. You know what I mean? My goal was just to be in the journey, stay on 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 the journey, wherever it takes you, stay on the journey, stay on the journey. There's no end game there for me, you know what I'm saying? And if I have one dream and one desire, is for someone to hand me that end game on a silver platter and say, hey, bro, you made it. Bro, this is it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro, this is it.
But the thing is, you have to decide. That's what's hard. You
Yeah.
have to decide. No one's going to hand you that. That's the biggest challenge, to know when enough is enough and what is enough for you and what is enough for your family.
Yeah.
It's the biggest challenge.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not there yet. I've never been a business plan writer or a path follower and stuff. I'm not knocking it. I wish I was. But that's just not innate to me. In fact, the opposite is. And I read something in the newspaper today which was so ironic. And it's on the front page and stuff, on it, meaning on the app. And I'm surprised it came up so high. But our cricket team, our national team, the Hong Kong team, were knocked out of a qualifying tournament to get to another qualifying tournament to make the 2020 World Cup. And the coach, who's been in place for about 18 months, said that he's a strength-focused coach, a strength-based coach. And what he meant by that was that he doesn't focus on weaknesses, and that his philosophy is not to try and help players iron out their weaknesses, but to just continue to help players develop their strengths. And that resonated with me, because I've never, so many people that are close to me, forget those from afar, so many people that are close to me, because they care about me, or because they supposedly care about me, or they present to me the fact that they're caring about me, then hence they give me the criticism, are focused on my weaknesses and almost pleading with me to iron them out. And I've always been like, I'm at my age now, I'm not that fucking stupid. I know where I'm lacking, okay? But what do I want? Do I want to spend my time, and time is finite, focused on my weaknesses? Or do I want to spend my time having a fucking great time, okay? Being focused on my strengths, right? And, I choose the latter and stuff. Yeah. And that's not an excuse, bro. That's not an excuse. That's that is the, how to say, when you're a victim of a 6.5 day a week, a 99-hour week, right? I don't want to spend my time fixing myself, bro. I want to spend my time moving forward.
I understand. You make that choice, and I totally get it.
So yeah. I want to thank you for one thing. I'll be honest with you, because you asked me how I'm doing, and I think at this point in my life, and I mean this, you're one of the. I'm so I've isolated myself so much. You're one of the few people that I would share with, and that's just pretty much it.
I'm honored that you would share, because I know. I know it's not something you do often, and I appreciate it.
I love your.
I do care. I want you to be okay.
I'm okay. I love your frames. I absolutely love them.
Thank you.
I think they're fucking great. I love how handsome you look. I mean that. I love how you kept yourself in shape. It's a testament to you and stuff. And I love your commitment to clean living. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I've been glad to not travel for the longest stretch of time I can remember, and just collect myself and do the things that I need to do here at home for a bit. So that's been good.
Well, and your partner is okay?
She's good. She's working tonight, so I'm by myself, which is why I had some time to catch up with you.
I think this impromptu call was great. I appreciate it so much. I wanted to ask you to remind me. The first time have I met your partner before? Did I meet her the first time?
You have, but it was a long time ago. I think it was in 2017.
I cannot recall her now.
Briefly.
So much time has passed by. I'm sure if I met her again in person, I could possibly recall her and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, one question, but only answer my question very briefly. All right, just answer my question, yes or no. Have you been using the blue suit and shirt that I sent you?
I have.
How many times have you used the blue suit and shirt that I sent you?
3.
3 times. Okay, great. Don't worry about the blue suit and shirt. Okay? You followed my instructions perfectly, and I'm so grateful to you. Okay? I have now produced the rest of the clothing based on your feedback. All right? We'll run through the clothing, so you screen it before I send it, so that if there's anything that you think that, you know what, I made the wrong decision on style or whatever this, I want to change something, great, we change it before sending it. When you get all the clothing, right, you're going to use everything, of course, and then we're going to get comprehensive feedback, and the feedback could fall into one of the following categories. First and foremost, it should fall that Roshan, everything is perfect. Great stuff. And now, what do you want to do about the blue suit? Are the changes to the blue suit and shirt so insignificant that it's not worth me bringing it back? Or is the new stuff so good based on the feedback that you gave me that let's go ahead and bring the blue suit back? Or we don't know until you wear everything. Okay? But do you follow me?
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I appreciate your patience, because I want to be as meticulous as I can for you, and I can only do that if you give me the opportunity.
I don't want to rush you, because I know you care about what you do, and I'd rather you take the time to do what you need to do and get it right.
Yeah, excellent. I appreciate that. So I thought there was one other thing that I wanted to ask you, but I don't recall it now. And so if it comes up, then I'll ask you.
Please
but what
ask,
I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to pass the phone to a colleague of mine. If you cannot see or hear me, please holler. If you have a question, please interrupt me. And if there's something you don't like, if there's something you regret, if there's something you doubt, you must tell me. Okay? Okay? It's the same stuff that I've reminded you of before, all right? So here we go, all right? So first of all, whatever's behind me, I'm going to present. This is your new sport coat, okay? The fabric is cashmere. It's so soft to the touch. It's so amazing. Styling-wise, we've done this a ton of times. Before I talk about the style, are you happy with the blue buttons?
I love them. They're great.
Okay, great. Awesome. Then obviously that's what I want to hear, right? And stuff, but I also want to hear honest stuff so that I can change anything for you don't like. Great. I love the blue buttons too. There was a throng of buttons that we could have chosen from. We chose the blue buttons for a specific reason. The fact they're on the jacket now and you love them, awesome. They're Marzoni buttons, double stamped in Marzoni, which you can see. Deep press stitch on a narrow, I would still call it a notch lapel. The deep press stitch is everywhere, around the collar, down the front sides of the jacket. Down the front sides of the lapel, down the front sides of the jacket, at the bottom of the jacket on the pocket flaps, straight breast pocket. You can see how well the tailor has done. The lineup horizontally and vertically is immaculate. Okay, it is immaculate. It is very, very, is purposeful the right word? Probably, right? You know what I mean? He's just done a great job for you. You know you can put anything you want in here or nothing at all. You can utilize the built-in pocket square. I absolutely love the lining that you chose. I think it goes so well. It's got such a plethora and mix of colors. Inside, the pockets flaps are fully lined, and so are the pockets. You've got a secret pocket inside here. Overlapping buttons on a fully functional cuff. If I'm going too fast, you let me know. I'm going faster than normal because I'm conscious of your time, and I know we've done this many times before. Every buttonhole is real. The cuff is fully functional. Even the little buttons are double stamped in Marzoni, and only always ever wear one button open. The interior is Vavavoom. The fabric is from Marzoni. Obviously, it's got all the bells and whistles, including the underarm pads, which are not cookie cutter. They cut for you. The piping to secure them. The entire jacket interior being piped. Your name spelled correctly. Spare buttons for running repairs. Lockaway pockets. A plethora of extra pockets. Deep press stitch on the back of the collar. Immaculate matching. Immaculate matching. From the top to the bottom.
Beautiful.
And horizontally as well, because of course there is a seam down the middle of the jacket, pop vent in the back of the jacket, contrasting flannel underneath the collar. Let me go ahead and put this on. give you some perspective. And what is the perspective that I want to illustrate to you? Most specifically, because the jacket is not cut for me, is the wasting, which is undeniably there. Okay? Undeniably there. There's so much wasting in the jacket. And then secondly, even though it's not cut for me, I mean, look at those shoulders, right? There is not a ripple, dimple, anything. It is just pristine. The roping is so good. I'm not wearing a shirt, yet it's stuck to me. Okay? You can see on the back of my neck, it's stuck to me. And then you can see how clean, even with my head turning, oh my goodness, so clean. You can see the 4D fit dip into the back and literally the pop bend over the butt, right? And the jacket is not cut for me. Michael Phelps from the back, without a doubt, right? So, I mean, I put it on and I look at it like this, and I'm so happy because you can see I'm gushing, okay, and rightfully so, because it is just spectacular work. When my tailor does a job like this, I'm so proud, I'm so happy of him, because he's bringing your vision to life. Any questions about this?
No question. Looks beautiful.
Okay, so for me, I think our project together was so good, right, that it's very difficult for me to tell you which is my favorite garment, which is my favorite outfit. The blue, which I sent you already, was wow, pristine, okay?
Yeah.
And from what you're about to see, the light colored suit, again, another wow. The gray, I absolutely love. The cashmere I just showed you, the green suit is just crazy. It's off the hook. You've got 5 spectacular pieces coming to you. And then how do I know that I'm correct? Because minus 5, 6, 7 years, we made you this, which we've now altered to your new size and are sending back to you, right? And you love this suit, and you've been using it since 2017, I believe, right? Which is 7 years ago. It's still looking fine. You know what I mean? It had all the signature details back then, the fish mouth lapel, the pick stitching, the slanted pockets, the overlapping buttons, right? So this is done in your style. But such great evolution, okay? Which obviously is when we evolve in our careers, when we put our heads down and work hard, what does it lead to? We no longer have to mask ourselves in this, and that's ultimately what we're doing, right? We can now express ourselves in this. And my goodness, your day suit is such a treat. 2 glorious light tan Marzoni buttons, my deep press stitch on a narrow peak lapel. The deep press stitch is everywhere. It's spectacular. This bird's eye fabric is off the hook. Okay, you've got the functional buttonhole, the flower loop to catch the stem of a fresh flower, the pull-out pocket square of a spectacular lining, the slanted pockets, the fully lined pockets, the overlapping buttons on a fully functional cuff. When you wear this as a suit jacket, you wear 1 button open. When you wear it as a blazer with jeans or contrasting trousers, you wear 2 buttons open. And that rings true for the blue suit that I sent you. I believe if there's no accent color down here, then the rule that I just said applies to all suit jackets. There's no accent color down here, there's no secondary button, which there isn't, then the rule that I just dictated to you applies. 2 buttons open when you break up the parts, 1 button open when you wear it with the part, all right? Sensational interior lining.
Beautiful.
Just beautiful. What a suit. Contrasting flannel underneath the collar. Let's quickly put it on. And I'll share an anecdote of my own with you after I run through everything. But I mean, look at this. It is just so handsome. So spectacular. Just looking like a wow. That's all I can say. Just looking like a wow. Any questions for me?
No, it's lovely.
It is lovely. And I'll touch on the trousers, I think, at the end. But the gray suit, again, I couldn't possibly choose between the two or between all of them. And the fabrics are so different. This is pure cashmere, okay? Soft like anything. This is bird's eye, which is historically, okay, coarser, but this is very lightweight, which is something we established when we were together. and which is historically James Bond and Dunhill, all right? So you're in great company. This is like tissue paper, okay? It's super soft, but it's literally, and I said this in person, it is like this paper, okay? That's how lightweight it is. But the paper wrinkles, right? And doesn't come back to life. And this, like all the other suits, even though it's so fine, will come back to life no problem. Such is the weaving, the high thread count. I believe this is Super 150 or Super 180. Again, Marzoni buttons. This one, because of the flat surface, we've done the ... hand needle and thread pick stitching. Okay? With the more decorated surface, the deep press stitch, with the coarser surface, or the surface with more depth, the deep press stitch. All right?
Yes.
Pull up pocket square. Everything is very purposeful. Everything we've done is very purposeful. Hence the detailed consultation at the start. Otherwise, we couldn't make it so purposeful. You can notice on the hanger the slight roping in the shoulders, which is something that I encourage you to do, especially so on the more paper like jacket, the more tissue paper like jacket, to give you more of that French, more of that European look. Slanted pockets, wonderful pick stitching, Marzoni buttons, fully functional cuffs, same rules apply. Glorious interior. I hope this doesn't fall. Glorious interior. Marzoni fabric, of course. Sorry. And then a great fit. And what I like about our consultation together was that I just served up the options and the theory, but ultimately the decisions you made for yourself. Looking good, right?
Perfect.
So good. So very quickly, I shall now take my hat off to you for having, not the balls, but I would say the insight and the foresight to choose such an amazing cloth. And as we discovered together in person, whilst it looks super coarse, we all know that this is see-through, okay? Which I demonstrated to you. It's absolutely see-through. And a lot of people question whether, suits in Asia are fully canvassed or fused. You can see the suits that I make are fully canvassed. They're completely stitched together. There is no fusing whatsoever. We can literally pull the interior apart, okay? And that is the case for all the jackets we make. They are not fused. We can pull them apart. Okay, so olive Marzoni buttons for your gorgeous green suit. Sensational lining. You can't see through the cap. Maybe you can. Can you see it see-through? Can you see it's completely see-through? You can see the lining through, but it's only see-through like this. And can you see it's completely stitched? There's no fusing. If there was fusing, you wouldn't be able to see the hanger. If there was fusing, you wouldn't be able to see the lining. It is completely stitched, like I can pull it apart. Okay, so it is tailoring of the highest quality. It is historical tailoring, you know what I mean? Like old school tailoring, old school bespoke tailoring, not shit just thrown together. And you can see the shoulders on every jacket are just marginally different, so much less roping on this compared to the paper thin jacket that I just showed you. And yeah, I take my hat off to you. I think I love it so much. I think I should just keep it on. Now, very very quickly, what I need you to believe, right, is that you can break up the parts. Now, you may not need to, okay, because you are mature like me and have a great wardrobe base, but you most definitely can if you wanted to. Most of the young people that I speak to, and most of the people that are not in a position like yours where they just need that one suit, right? I always encourage them to gain as much utility as they can from their wardrobe items, because I think I said this to you in the last call. The only thing that you should save is money, right? Your suits hanging in your wardrobe don't garner you any interest whatsoever. So if you live in San Francisco, so you do have proper seasons, and you live in a historical and still somewhat formal city. Okay, all right. So you can rock any of these jackets anytime you want, just on anything. Just grab and go. You got to believe me. All right, you got to believe me. And if you wanted to break up the parts, yes, you're telling me the blue jacket. No, I'm not saying you're telling me. I'm saying I'm telling you. Nobody can tell us that the blue jacket that I just sent you does not go with those gray trousers, right?
Right.
Okay. And so you can have great fun with your sports jacket and your light colored trousers, your sports jacket, and your green trousers and your sports jacket, and your blue trousers and your sports jacket, and your jeans, etc., etc., etc. Get as much utility as you can. You can wear these jackets and these trousers with a dress shirt, with a nice t-shirt, not a shitty t-shirt like me, okay? With a nice t-shirt, with a nice polo, and a nice turtleneck, all right? And the trousers on their own are so lovely. 1, 2, 3, and the blue that you have. The trousers on their own are so lovely that you can wear them anytime you want, okay? With a dress shirt, with a nice polo, with a very nice t-shirt, okay? And with a turtleneck, okay? So that concludes what I wanted to say on the garments that fall into the suit category. Do you have any questions for me?
No questions. They look fantastic. You brought them all to life, and I appreciate you.
Great. It's all you, brother. I mean that. This doesn't work without you. Now, shirts. We dial them back. We change the collars and cuffs so that you no longer have the lining, okay, inside the collars, and that you no longer have the lining inside the cuff, okay?
Yeah.
And should you then decide, after you take delivery of all of this, that the shirt that you have, you no longer want the lining in the collar and cuffs, we'll talk about that. If it's just the shirt, I'll send you one extra shirt. If I'm bringing something back, then I might bring that shirt back. But I think whether I'm bringing stuff back or not, it's not worth my while to bring that shirt back and change the collars and cuffs. I might as well just make you a replacement shirt and just keep my fingers crossed that you will gain some utility from that shirt. Now, a couple of things that I want you to look out for when you're using this stuff is the textures that you're receiving. And you may say to yourself that the most awesome part about this batch of shopping is that every single shirt has a different texture. Every single shirt that you've received has a different weave, all right?
Yeah.
And you're happy with that variety. You may say to yourself that, you know what? I love this new type of cotton the most, the stretch cotton, which is exclusively what I have been wearing the last few months. When this cotton came out, I tried one shirt. The surface was so magnificent, so incredible to me, that all I've been doing is wearing solid color shirts in white, different shades of blue, and different shades of gray, okay? Whereas before, I went through the longest phase ever where you'd rarely see me in stuff like this. Moreover, you see me in stuff like this or stripes or checks. But once this new type of fabric has come out, I exclusively wear it. Now, the only issue for me is that there's just not enough variety. I mean, it's not being woven in stripes or checks or anything else except for these solids. So that's something to keep your eyes and your ears and your mind. It's something to be mindful about. Okay, I don't have anything else to say. You know about all the bells and whistles on the shirts. Do you have questions for me?
I have no questions.
So then I think we're done. And the previous address is still applicable?
Still applicable.
Okay. So the address that we just sent your first blue suit to and the first shirt to, we will mimic that address. It is Sunday today. We will pack everything now. And tomorrow it will go out to DHL, by DHL.
Perfect.
Which means it leaves us Monday. It will get to you your Tuesday.
Great.
And
Perfect timing.
same thing with the blue suit. You don't need to say anything to me at all, right? Even if there's something glaringly wrong or bad. Whatever you can use, you use. Now, I was pleading with you, right, in the nicest possible way, to use a blue suit as often as you could before you came back to me with feedback, and you did so. Brilliant. Okay? And I would say with this batch, all right, you'd probably want to use everything at least twice.
Okay.
Before you giving me feedback. Now, I'm just going to turn the camera back around, and I'm just going to give you another, what I call an anecdote. I don't know. Everyone who comes out of this fitting room, every single day, 10 a.m., 10:30, 11 a.m., 11:30, 12, 12:30, etc., will say something. Too loose, too tight, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, so good. Oh my God, so bad, whatever. I'm like, relax. Tell everybody, just sit down, okay? I make them fit. I give them the beer, right? And I haven't seen them for 2 days, right? So I saw them 2 days before when I did their fitting. And I want to hear about their 2 days, okay? And after I talk to them about their 2 days, then I tell them to do this and that, and then we talk about it, okay? It is way too premature, but 99.9% of people put a Garmin on and decide straight away what they think about it, okay? So, so I tell people, relax, walk to the door, walk back, talk with me. I mean, you've got your half an hour slot. This is your 10 a.m., this is my 10 a.m., my 10:30, my 11, my 11:30, whatever. You've got your half an hour with me. Let's spend 30 minutes with you sitting, walking, talking through everything. And I do the same thing with the shirt, I do the same thing with the vest, and I do the same thing with the coat. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Not to think about anything at all immediately, but just to wear, and unless there's something glaringly wrong, then just wear. And then we can have a chat again. Okay?
Perfect.
All right?
Yeah, all good.
And,
all good.
and as I've always said to you, that it doesn't matter if you notice something you want changed a week later, a month later, a year later. What I offer is that I will pick up the goods at any time, alter accordingly, and send them back to you. Because all I want is for you to love the clothes that I make you. And I want to be your go-to to manage that process.
Yeah, and I do, and it's why I came back to you for all please. So there you go.
Have an amazing weekend. I'm going to have an amazing weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
I hope you do. Take care of yourself.
God bless you, brother. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You too. Take good care. Bye-bye.
I'm so well-spoken. I cannot even give myself... Mira, you're not... where are you going? You know what is the best feeling? One of the best feelings. Of course, the best... Oh my goodness. I think the best feelings... There's so many best feelings. Jesus, I'm going to say this. I think one of the great feelings I get is when I give myself a fucking hard on. You know what I mean? That presentation, my delivery did not give myself a hard on. Not that I'm saying it's bad. It's just that, you know, I've been so good so many times that I've given myself a hard on so many times before. Now, do you guys have questions? If you have genuine questions, I will reply to them. But if you have no... Mira, ye bahut ganda hai, please. Wo spray ke the. Mira, you're going to the supermarket so many times. Why didn't you buy that spray?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you have questions, I will take them. And if you don't have questions, kaun hai idhar? Brandon, how are you, buddy? I appreciate you, Brandon, always. So a tux is about $1,500 US, Robil. You can just send me your measurements through the measurement chart on my website. Then I can make you something amazing. Or I can send a representative to the nearest major city that you are at. But I can only do that if you guarantee a purchase. I will stay with you as long as there's questions. I don't have to scroll back to the start of the feed and answer questions from people who possibly might not be there. I think that you don't need to wait to get rich or lose 80 pounds. You can purchase a suit from me and it only costs $1,000 US. I can make everything slim fit, super slim fit, no problem. Robio, we can work together like this, or you can meet one of my reps in New York. I don't have reps based in California and New York. I will send them to you. Okay, so you tell me if you want to, you guarantee a purchase, then we'll get someone to fly to you. So we can do that for California, A. Ritchie, and we can do that for New York City, Robio, no problem. No. A. Ritchie, I need to know where in Cali. You know, we can send someone to LA, we can send someone to San Francisco. We're not sending anyone to anywhere else, right? I mean, I know LA, I know San Francisco. You have to come to LA or San Francisco, or you can work with me virtually like Michael just did. And Michael is from San Francisco and stuff, but he was cool doing it this way. He didn't want to wait. Zaf, I can send someone to London, okay? Or we can work together virtually, or you can come down to London, come up to London, wherever you are. Lisa, I appreciate you. Same thing, Miami. Yes, no issues. We're talking about a major city here. It's no issues. I appreciate your love, E1744. Roberto Barrera, how are you today? Please keep the questions coming thick and fast. and then I can stay with you. I can't just sit here blank. Manchester, possibly. We can arrange Manchester, possibly. Shouldn't be an issue. Don't start saying Birmingham, etc., etc. No. It's not going to be live. If I send someone to you, I'm sending someone to you. It's not going to be me, right? You're going to be working with a team member and stuff. Am I still located in China? I'm going to suddenly get up and move and leave China. So is it a deal breaker for you, Zaf, if I won't send someone to Manchester, or I can't send someone to Manchester? What is a US city that I haven't been to, which I want to go to? Okay. I don't know, but that is a great fucking question. Honestly, I'm so disconnected from the United States physically now, right? Even though I went back, finally, after 17 years, I returned to the United States this summer, and I went to Dallas, and it was amazing. But before I answer that question, I want to go back to what do I recommend? Live with me or virtually? It doesn't bother me whatsoever. It doesn't bother me. It's entirely up to you. What is the most pertinent thing is what you're comfortable with. And in this era, a lot of people, let me take that back. In this era, I'm not struggling with words. I want to give you the right statement. Some people don't want to do it virtually. This is going to be a shitty statement now. So we send a rep. Some people are happy to do it virtually. If you I think a lot of people like what they see, and then they want to do it virtually because they know they're going to be working with me. Okay, and the sacrifice that you have to make to work with me personally, so we do it virtually because I'm not coming to see you. Okay, if you're gonna think I'm a dick, then I'm a dick. If you're not David Beckham, right? Harry Kane, Russell Crowe, Meghan Markle, etc., etc. Alan Shearer. I'm gonna name the clients that I work with. Then I'm not coming to see you, right? But after naming the clients that I've worked with, I've generally met them in Hong Kong, and then I work with them all the time virtually, at least to start with, through video, and then afterwards just by text because they trust me so much. So, for example, okay, I don't know if you know who Alan Shearer is, but you should, because he is the greatest striker in the history of the English Premiership, and he's a former captain of England. He saw me last Sunday. I went to the races. My horse Karma ran, right? So last Sunday I went to the races. I was wearing a grey double-breasted suit. The fabric is wool and mohair from Vitaly Barberis, which are the world's oldest fabric maker. When I posted the videos of last Sunday on Monday, when he woke up and he watched my videos, and we're talking about Alan Shearer here, watching my videos and stuff, he texted me a screenshot and said, love this light grey suit, light grey double-breasted. And I said, do you want to order one? And he goes, yes. I go, okay, great. Anything else? He goes, a shirt. I said, what are you thinking? He goes, a gray shirt. I go, okay, done. And I was like, can I get working on it now? He's like, yes. And he goes, why don't you make me a white shirt as well? Because I was wearing a white shirt that day. So I started work on the Monday, and I think today's Sunday, right? So on Friday already, we shipped out Alan Shearer's package, having only ordered from us his Monday morning, which is our Monday afternoon. I think that's pretty fucking good, right? So, you know, I'm not flying to you, but I am always available to you. But once you decide to work with one of my reps, then, you know, I'm paying people to look after you and stuff, right? You know, so you're going to interact with one of my reps, and that's that. So it's entirely up to you. I'm not going to twist your arm in any direction. I'm just saying there are many ways to work with me, but it's all about how comfortable you are. I think Jurgen Klopp is, you know, one of the best coaches on the planet historically. I haven't had a haircut in a couple of weeks at least. I think I work 99 hours a week, not 89, maybe even more. I've been getting up very early lately, extremely early, like 2-something, 3-something every day without fail. I can't remember the last time I slept past 4. Tim McLaughlin come to Hong Kong. My voice, I love, okay? And I think that, you know, all women fall for my voice. And then, you know, I categorize, I'm very old school. And so I reserve the right, since the planet is so huge and I'm far from fucking woke, to define women the way I want to. I know that sounds horrendous, right, in this era, but I'm not trying to say anything bad, right? Like, you know, we can talk about how I perceive a woman, and then we can talk about gender, we can talk about sexuality. We're not talking about getting into any of that. That is not the purpose of what I just said. I think, and I would hope that, you know, the woman that I am attracted to would love my voice, and I think they do, because I've always had great feedback about my voice. Now, bring this up in response to your question. So, Zaf, if you're meeting my rep in London or potentially Manchester, they'll have all the fabrics that you can peruse. What US city do I want to come to? I really don't know, guys, off the top of my head. You know what I mean? I know it sounds rude. No, I'll give you an answer, okay? I'll give you an answer. I want to come to Philadelphia. I want to run up the Rocky stairs. I want to do the Rocky video. And I want to eat Philly cheesesteak at Pat's and at Gino's. Do you guys follow what I'm saying? So there's a great answer for you, okay? I want to come to Philadelphia because I haven't been. And when I say I have been, I'll come to that in a second. I haven't been properly, I haven't stayed overnight in the city, I haven't walked around the city, I don't know anything about the city. I want to come to Philly so I can eat at Pat and Gino's, eat at Pat's, eat at Gino's, and I want to run up the Rocky steps and shoot that video and do it with my children. You just ate at Gino's today? Awesome, Tim. And then the second thing, I had another answer on a US city. I've always wanted to spend time in Chicago. I've never been into the city. I landed in Chicago twice over the summer, transiting back and forth between Dallas, but never left the airport. But I want to come to Chicago and just eat deep dish pizza, fucking lunch and dinner, breakfast, lunch and dinner every day till I'm sick of it. Okay, and I mean that. And so those are great answers for you. I think, you know, I allowed myself time to answer them. And I've given you answers. You know, yesterday's live stream was so farcical. And, you know, I've always said, you know, when we get great questions, we have a great discussion. Today is so different from yesterday. And those who were on yesterday would agree with that. Look, I'm not an Elvis fan. I don't know anything about Tennessee. My stepdad is from Memphis. I've been invited to come before many times. I think my mom and stepdad still keep a place there. But no, I have no desire. I'm sure I'd love Chicago, Brandon the Beast. Like, and I know you're from Albuquerque, New Mexico, but I have no desire to come there, right? So I'm just giving you genuine answers from off the top of my head. Okay, so I'm never going to go into a bulk phase because, you know, the weekends I'm eating like shit. I have visitors in town all the time. So currently I have my friend from high school in town. I went for amazing Peking duck lunch yesterday and all sorts of dim sum. And, you know, I had my sister in town and I went out with her a bunch of times. We had amazing Chinese. We had amazing Korean. I had my mom's sister in town from St. Martin. I was out with her. I had my dad's sister in town forever from Dallas. I'm out with her. So I'm always eating out and I'm always eating shit. So when I'm home, I try to eat clean. And my meals will be a steak 1 or 2 times a day, really clean steak, like sort of flank, or what's the fucking other one that I eat? This flank steak. What's the other really clean one? Hanger, right? And if I'm eating a second steak of the day, then it'll be a sirloin or a ribeye and stuff, right? And then, maybe fish, halibut only, and then maybe prawns, super clean, and maybe scallops, super clean and stuff. And then sometimes some pasta, sometimes some rice, sometimes some veggies. I try and eat clean when I'm home. It's not always possible. And I know I'm eating dirty because I'm out about half the week. So that's pretty much me. Now, my workouts, if the kids have a full week of school, Monday to Friday, then generally I will work out that Monday to Friday. I will just go to the park and I will do pull-ups, push-ups, dips, bodyweight squats, and that's it, and some sprints. And that's pretty much my workout routine. I like women, okay? So do I prefer Asian girls, Indian girls? No. If I'm attracted to a woman, doesn't matter what color of skin she is and stuff, it's, I'm attracted to the woman, right? And that's basically it. And, there are many ways you can be attracted to a woman. I've been with women of varying beauty, correct? And varying physique and stuff. And there always is something that initially attracted me to them, right? And it doesn't necessarily always have to be their beauty and physique. But if I haven't had a conversation with them, then generally that's the first thing, right? There are women that maybe when I first saw them, I'm not like, oh my God, she's a babe. But then, something mentally happens, right? And then I become attracted to them and stuff. And then I've said this before, there are many women that I encounter, right? Because I'm working in this industry. I have women showing up on my doorstep every single fucking day. And a lot of them are gorgeous. But then, if their nails are shit, their toenails are shit, they don't know how to fucking dress, right? Like, I'm not into this new age fucking woman, like, and shit, and I'm not into fucking Lululemon. I'm not into any of that fucking shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's my right, as one of 8 billion people on the planet. So they could be fucking gorgeous, but, if they're fucking bitches, that's something I can handle. But if their mentality is very low class compared to me, or if they're very woke, or they have shitty nails and stuff, and so forth, they don't, have shitty, they don't want to look after, they're not classy, right? There you go. If this is what else, right? If it doesn't matter how beautiful the woman is, right? She can be fucking gorgeous. But if she's not classy and sophisticated, then the attraction is gone, right? Like I can't be with someone who's not classy and sophisticated. Am I classy and sophisticated? Probably not. But am I an old school man that craves to look after a woman, right? That feels it's his responsibility, that if he has a woman in his life, that he needs to look after her? I'm that guy. You know what I mean? I don't believe in this, split check. I don't believe in anything other than chivalry. All right? That's, and it's not a deal breaker for me if the woman doesn't want me to be chivalrous, right? But I need to be chivalrous. So am I sophisticated and classy? Probably not. Am I a jerk? Am I a weirdo? Am I an asshole? Am I brash? Yes, probably, and stuff. Is there a reason for that? Yes, I want to be somebody in this world. But how do I like my women? I like them classy. I'm not bisexual. And you can ask me anything. And I don't take it as hate. I'm only into gorgeous over 18-year-old women. I'm into mature, classy, sophisticated, stunning women. And my bar is very high. My filter is very high because I don't have time. I don't have 3 children. And my first and foremost thing is to be with my kids. So a woman has to sweep me off my feet. Okay? And then once I'm swept off my feet by this woman, whoever she may be, oh my God, I will give her everything. You know what I mean? Best fucking sex, the most amount of love, fucking emotion, caring, I'm trying to think of nice stuff. you're there for somebody. You're sensitive, right? Shitload of sensitivity and stuff. But it takes a lot for that to come from you, right? But so the bar is very high. It has to be an extraordinary woman and stuff, because otherwise my time is my work, my clients, my name, my fame, my legacy, my heritage, my children, myself, my workout routine, my diet and stuff. I'm not going to talk about the last woman that I was with. You're asking whether, who I dated or who I had sex with and stuff, because that's not going to be fair on her. Okay? But I'm enjoying my chat with you guys today. So if you like what you're hearing, keep it coming. And I told you, if there's genuine questions, I'm happy to answer them. Okay, Star Wars or Star Trek? I think both. I'm not a Trekkie. I don't know everything about Star Trek, but if it's suddenly on TV, I can watch it. But I need it to be the most modern version of it. If you start asking me to watch William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, forget it. I can't do the original Captain Kirk and the original Spock anymore. But that doesn't mean I don't have the greatest amount of respect for them. Okay, what Shatner and Leonard Nimoy achieved, I don't know if it will live beyond me, right? And stuff. My kids are not into Star Trek, right? But my kids all know who the fuck is Anakin Skywalker. All right? And I think the role of Anakin is so fucking huge. And a lot of, Star Wars fans are going to shit on the historical ones, right? But I believe that Anakin has transcended Luke and everybody else, okay? Because he's currently the most relevant in this era. And everyone from the past knows Anakin, and everyone from the present knows Anakin. And moving forward, everyone is going to know Anakin. So Anakin ended up being the star, the absolute star. And so whilst I am happy with both Star Wars and Star Trek, I think on a global scale, and the numbers don't lie, Star Wars is always going to be the winner. Matthew Hamburg, are you still there? Thank you for the nice words. Danielle, I know you're loving me today, right? This is ridiculous. I've already answered. I don't enjoy male ass. I'm not into men, okay? I just want their money. I want to make suits for them. Other than that, I couldn't give a shit about them, all right? I like women. The fuck? I don't know what about me doesn't scream that I like women. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. I can suit anybody up as long as you pay the Brendan V. I don't know if you're still there. Daniel, you're loving me today. I know you're loving me today because I'm loving myself today. Let's see what else we got. Otherwise, I will go. Instead, I want you all to jump on a TikTok. I'm going to shut down my live in about 60 seconds, and you can jump onto my TikTok at Sam Taylor Livestream. My suits start at $1,000 US, but don't be wary of that because you have 1,000 plus choices at $1,000 US. I'm happy that since the dawn of video, that homosexuals everywhere are very attracted to me, right? I'm extremely flattered. And what I think is a huge shame, I'd love for all of you to screen record this and post it. If you want to hit screen record now, I wish that as many women, okay, found me as alluring as the amount of homosexuals find me alluring. The amount of fucking DMs and messages and approaches that I get from gay men globally is insane. It's absolutely fucking insane. I want that from sophisticated, classy, mature, gorgeous women globally. You know what I'm saying? That is something I wish and desire, and you heard it. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? If you can screen record and post that everywhere, that would be great. You can contact me by email, tcchewy. Insta, you've got to leave now and come to TikTok, okay? Sam Taylor Livestream. Come there. Frederica Manigan, you're going to have to come to TikTok for me to answer that. TC Chu, you can contact me by email, web@samstaylor.com. Pendejo Oscar, I don't know anything about the MLS. I'm just blessed to work with Inter Miami. That's all I care about. What a blessing. I don't really care. Everybody come to TikTok, right? All Insta come to TikTok now. I'm closing the live. Come to TikTok now. I don't